Hello, everybody. Today is Monday, December 7th. This is Rob Cootie of the MLM Solution. Marie is here today. She is done with her travel, so her and I will be live as usual at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. You can find us on either one of those platforms by using hashtag TheMLM Solution. For those of you on the video, hashtag TheMLM Solution. You can see it on the ticker below. And we'll be going live here at 11 a.m. sharp, which is 1 minute away. It's currently 10:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a good subject today, and that is building your business during the holidays. Well, that can be a touchy one. You don't want to miss this episode. We're going to take a deep dive into that subject there. Once again, you can see it on the ticker, how to build your business during the holidays. Guys, we'll see you in just a few seconds. God bless.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you today?
Good morning, Rob. I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm eating breakfast as we talk. I'm eating some cashews. Please bear with me, guys.
Well, we don't want you passing out from lack of nutrition in the middle of the show. That would be bad.
Well, I'll tell you, this past 4 days has been a whirlwind. My son-in-law his brother died, as you know. She lives out in the boonies. I mean, the freaking boonies. Lost dogs don't go out there. I kid you not. Lost dogs are like, that's too far for me to go. I'm not going out that way. It is out in the freaking boonies. And I love the country. I grew up a country boy. Have fond memories. Well, boy, those memories were dashed this past 4 days. They have this dog that weighs about 110 to 130 pounds. I don't know which. And he was the brunt of the freaking glitter. His brother's sisters are bigger than him, which is mind-boggling. Well, if I took my shirt off, you would see my arm is black and blue and bloody from wrestling him. I can't use my left arm. My daughter and them were worried about me because I'm a big guy, you know. This dude, man. So they have 5 dogs, 17 cats, 21 chickens and ducks. I mean, I could go on. They have about 50 animals altogether.
And a partridge in a pear tree during that season.
And I had to feed all these things and take care of all these things. And they have a turkey who's meaner than shit. And
but he survived Thanksgiving, huh?
Well, he's too old to eat now.
Oh.
They get tough after a certain age. I learned all this from my daughter. So I had to go out and get eggs. I had to fight the chickens for the eggs. They have all kinds of different chickens. I had these chicken hybrid. It's a turkey chicken together. I mean, they're ugly as sin. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm not going to drag this out. So I had to get the eggs. You have to fight the chickens off out of the box to get to the eggs. Then the turkey who doesn't like you, you have to carry a stick to fight him off because he wants to attack you. He does not like humans other than my daughter and her husband in the pen. So you're trying to get this with one arm. I'm trying to fight off a freaking turkey, get eggs without breaking them, have all these animals running everywhere, feeding the dogs. I mean, it's just, I got very little sleep. I'll tell you that. It was not an easy thing. If I felt old, because I told my daughter, I said, I can do this. I mean, look, I'm an able man. I'm not I'm not disabled here, and I'm a smart man. Well, it really challenged me I didn't realize how much my arm really limited me. I've got more mobility, Miss Marie. See, look, I'm picking it up on my own, and the swelling has gone way down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm constantly making improvement. It's getting stronger, but still. And you find yourself walking funny because you're trying to catch your balance because your arm, believe it or not, actually knocks your balance off. So anyway, yesterday, I take the dogs out multiple times during the day to keep them from pottying in the house, obviously. All right, I'll make this short. So I take him out in the morning, especially, and let that big old thing run. And he runs. When he runs, it's like a horse. He gallops. It's unbelievable. And he listens for the most part. Well, long story short, I went to open the chicken thing. And on Saturday night, my granddaughter came over because she knows how limited I am. And it's on a slope and it's muddy. So it's easy for me to slip and fall. And so I have to walk down at an angle like you do in a wave on the beach. You don't swim into it. You go inside. Well, that's what I had to do here to keep from falling. So she goes in there Saturday night, and this big old Galuth goes in there with her. Everything's fine. So Sunday morning, I go to get the eggs and let the chickens out. You have to let them out. They go in automatically on their own at night, and you close the door, and it's done. Same thing with the cats. They all come into the garage. You feed them. You don't feed them once a day, so they know that at nighttime when the sun goes down, they all show up at the garage. Guess why? Because they're going to get fed. And then we close them in so the coyotes don't get them. Anyway, so in the morning, the chickens know and the turkey knows that, hey, I'm going to come let them out. It's daytime. So I open up the gate, and he's behind me, and he shoots right past me and about knocked me down. And so I gathered myself, and I thought, oh, crap. And but I thought, okay, you know what? It's okay because he was in here with her last night. I'm just going to open this thing up. Man, I opened it up. All hell broke loose. He got on top of the chickens, had them in his mouth, feathers flying everywhere. He's trying to kill them. Then the little terriers get in, and our smallest and oldest terrier, who's probably 13, has killed 4 of them. And she's chasing them. So I've got this turkey flying around. The turkey lands on top of this spike thing, which I thought pierced its body. And it just sat there. I thought, shit, it's dead. And he had that chicken in its mouth, and it's fighting for its life. And I'm beating him over the back with this big old stick, telling him to get off. And when he did, I turned around, and the other 4 are chasing the other chickens, and they're flying everywhere. They're flying over the fence into the woods because, I mean, we're deep in the woods. So that's an idea of what my Sunday morning was like. Oh, boy.
So Farmer Rob is not your title.
I retired. My granddaughter came over and said, Grandpa, it's time for you to go home. And I couldn't debate it, you know. I had to walk away with my tail tucked between my legs. But it just goes to show, once again, just like my arm, how quickly things can go bad when you didn't plan them. I mean, he shot right past me, so strong, so big. And despite my size, he literally forced his way right past me. I had no idea he was there. And when he about knocked me down, I caught my attention. The other 4 come right in behind him. And then all hell broke loose. So life has taught me some important lessons, which we're going to talk about here in a moment. If that's not a segue into how life can turn on a dime in a bad way, that's what can happen to your business if you don't lead this month in the right way. Right, Ms. Marie?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And that is our topic for today, how to build your business during the holidays. And it is important, obviously, especially this time of year, because most people that come into network marketing don't have a lot of experience in the industry. They're introduced to it by someone else who doesn't necessarily have a lot of experience. And what happens during the holidays, we tend to get distracted with the gift buying. We get distracted with family gatherings, a lot of the festivities that are going on. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing and you shouldn't participate in those, but a lot of people almost put their business on hold from about Thanksgiving until the beginning of the year. And they take on that mindset of, well, hey, starting January 1st, pedal to the metal, we'll get going. And as we've talked about previously, that is not something you want to do. You always want to keep speed and urgency in your business. You don't want to go into management mode. Well, one of the worst things you can do is take that holiday break, because that is similar to going into management mode, and it's going to stall out your business, and you're not going to be able to pick up that speed and urgency again and regain that same momentum that you had. Now, you may be able to build that momentum again, but it's going to take you some time. And you're going to lose opportunities. I think a lot of people don't understand the opportunity that presents itself during the holidays. Because, of course, you have friends and family gathering, you have people on vacation. Some industries, some businesses will even close down between Christmas and New Year's. It's almost a forced week off for the people that work there. So you think they're on vacation and they're not thinking about business opportunities necessarily. But what they are thinking about is the fact that, hey, I've got this time off, I'm enjoying time with friends and family. That time freedom aspect is something they'll start thinking about, which of course is a large component of what we offer using the network marketing model in our business building efforts. So there is a whole lead-in aspect for conversations you can have with people that you don't normally. Now, we always recommend using lead generation, and you're looking for people who are already successful, looking for this type of opportunity. We don't really advocate talking with friends and family about the business, but it becomes a natural part of the conversation this time of year, because you're gathering with friends and family and they're asking, what are you doing? What have you been up to? So it's a natural lead in.
Yeah.
And it's that crazy, well, why are you doing that? And it's like, hey, ultimately for me, it's the time freedom. You know what you're enjoying right now with your week off between Christmas and New Year's. I'm looking forward to having that every day of the week in a few months when my business hits this level type of thing. So it's an interesting opportunity for conversations that you can't normally have during the rest of the year. And I think a lot of people miss out on that.
Yeah, those are really good points. And I hope that everybody, if you missed any of that, please backtrack and listen to that, because she brings up some very good and valid points. Also understand this. Look, this is a delicate month for any network marketer. It's veterans, savvy, professional business builders, whatever title you may have as a veteran of this industry. Here's the bottom line. It is difficult for them as it is for a newbie, guys. So don't feel alone. Don't feel like the challenges that this month, or the holidays really, starting in November, bring to your business, whether you're new or not. You might think to yourself, oh my gosh, I don't know how to handle this. Well, look, I'm going to tell you, if I was in the business right now, it's as difficult today in 2020 as it would have been in 1980. Okay. Why? Because people typically shut down. Even when they go to work, they're kind of mentally checking out. Okay. And money is at a premium during this time of the year. And additionally, time is at a premium, and people's focus is totally on the holidays. They want to enjoy themselves. They actually want to reduce the stress. They look forward to it. And unfortunately, what they do is they replace the work stress with the shopping stress. You know, I got to get this for this person and that. And then anybody that's honest will tell you that, and well, most people will tell you that shopping for gifts can be one of the most challenging and stressful things, because you're trying your best to get the right gift that they will appreciate and actually use. Well, that can be a challenge, and it could take you 3 to 4 weeks to get everybody on your list. Well, the last thing you want to do is worry about a business. The last thing you want to do is be approached by somebody trying to, get you to join their business, because, I mean, that's more stress, that's more time, and guess what? It's more money you may not have during this time of year. Now, I'm touching on a few subjects that she didn't. She talked about the kind of pro side. I'm talking about the cons that come with this month as well, because you need to know both sides of the coin. And you say, well, Rob, how do you overcome these challenges, these cons? As we told you in a previous episode, you got to keep moving forward. You cannot slow down, because what will happen is, regardless of what stage your business is in, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, whatever, whether you're a professional business builder, whatever, here's the thing. You cannot slow down, because everything in your business is duplicatable. What do you think is going to happen each and every year? You're going to have people going to do the same thing you do. And that is what? Slow down from Thanksgiving to the week after New Year's. Your business may not recover. I can almost guarantee that a large percentage of your downlines businesses will not recover. Here's the thing. If they sign up 1 to 3 to 4, maybe 5, and if they're a superstar, they might be able to get even more. Most people sign up 1 to 3. Average people sign up 1 to 3. I don't mean that in a bad way, average. I'm saying when you average out the numbers, that's what people do. So don't take that personally, okay? The professionals, because they've gotten better, they're rehearsed, they have confidence, they have posture, that goes a long way in sponsoring people. They can get 5, okay, maybe more during a month like December, or between, let's say, Thanksgiving and New Year's. So what I'm saying, guys, is that you got to be consistent. You got to stay the course, okay? But you got to understand, we talked about in that episode about loving and leaving them. Here's what I'm saying. Contact people and be sympathetic to what they're in. They're going to tell you more times than not that they're really stressed out, that they really don't have the money right now, but they know they have to do something. Please follow up with them after the new year. We'll pin down what day that is after the new year, and then do it. And love them and leave them. What am I saying? You want to leave your business, and you want to lead your business in a positive manner at the end of the year. And you say, well, Rob, nobody signed up. That's okay. If they may sign up, you don't know that. But what are you doing? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. We talked about in that episode, you're still working the numbers. Okay. And these people could have a slingshot effect. What I'm saying is, look, you're working the numbers. Look, the 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 we talk about all the time is constantly working in everything you do in network marketing. When you contact people, even though they don't join up, you're still working the numbers, meaning there could be a slingshot effect after the new year. And if they say, I don't have the time right now, I don't have the money right now, I'm too stressed out right now, we're going to be traveling during this time, accept it and say, hey, I understand completely. Same thing with us. I just wanted to touch base with you. And how about if we get together after the new year? If they say yes, then say what day is good for you, okay, and a time, and pin them down on that. Write it down. Do the follow-up. If they don't answer the phone, love them and leave a message. This is Rob. We agreed on the 4th at 3 p.m. that I would follow up with you. We talked on December 22nd at 1 a.m. about so-and-so company, and I just wanted to follow up as we had scheduled. Sorry I missed you. If you get a chance, here's my number. You can text me or call me anytime. If I miss your call, okay, it's because I'm on the phone with someone else, and I'll get back with you ASAP. That's what you do right there. There's the nugget, right? You'll love them and you'll leave them. That's all you can do, but you're still what? Working the numbers. Guys, as long as you're doing the steps, you are leaving 2020 in a positive manner, and you're setting 2021 up in a positive manner. Why? Even if people don't sign up, even if your volume doesn't increase, could you look, you can work with the business you've already built. If you started in February this year and you built a nice business up to this point, guess what? You still have positive things going on. You still have hopefully growth going on. You have pin rank advancement. You have leaders. Guess what? There's a lot of positive things to work with there. It doesn't have to be about recruiting the whole month, or let's say from Thanksgiving to New Year's. But you should contact new people, right, Miss Marie?
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things obviously is you're filling your pipeline, you're filling your funnel with potential people. Now, we talked about Farmer Rob a little earlier in this episode. Farmer Rob does not go out to his field in the spring on a Monday morning and plant corn and beans and tomatoes and go out on Wednesday and expect to find corn and beans and tomatoes.
That's a great analogy.
It takes a little bit of time for that to develop. And it's the same thing here. So what we're really talking about is not stopping your prospecting, recruiting, whatever term you want to use, efforts where you're filling your pipeline with people who may be interested in the business opportunity that you have to offer. If you stop filling that pipeline as you get into the beginning of the new year, you're not going to have anybody to reap in terms of signing up into your business because you don't have anyone in your pipeline. It will run dry. And that's absolutely what you don't want to have happen, because at that point, if your pipeline runs dry, you're starting from scratch. And again, it's hard to regain that momentum. It can be soul crushing from a motivational standpoint for yourself, and especially your downline, because again, remember, you're setting the pace. You're the leader in your organization. People are going to follow what you do. And the thing is, they're not going to do what you do exactly. They're going to be doing it a little bit less. So if your pipeline's running dry, theirs has probably been dry for a week already.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind as well. You have to lead by example and continually fill that pipeline. So there's that season to sow, to do that planting, which can be December. You will still reap those people that you've been talking to the last few months, August, September, October, November.
That's right.
But you may not have as many people pulling the trigger, because it is a time of year when they're putting things off. They're looking at relaxing. They don't want to make those types of decisions.
Yeah.
And like most of us, everybody thinks, well, I'll do that in the new year. That'll be part of my New Year's resolution or whatever, to actually execute on that. So you're filling your pipeline, and your January, February can be absolute explosive growth as long as you consistently build your business during the months of November and December.
Right. And let me say this, guys, believe it or not, the most important thing that you're going to do from Thanksgiving to New Year's is this: setting the example, period, for your downline. Okay. And this is imperative, because I'm telling you, if somebody said, Rob, what's the number one challenge that people in network marketing face? I'd say December, or even more accurately, the holidays. Why? Because what we're talking about right now, there are people that will kill their businesses and it will not recover because they stop building. Look, there is something internal that happens when you know you've made those phone calls, even if nobody joins. When you know that you're doing the steps you're supposed to be doing, even though the results did not show up immediately. There is something when you can look in the eye of your downline and they say, Rob, what did you do during the holidays to get you? I said, I followed the steps. I did the 5 simple steps. How many people did you contact? I contacted 10. How many people signed up? Nobody. Okay, but I made 10 schedule, or 8 of them scheduled directly after the New Year's. So I got 8 new schedules after the New Year's because they weren't ready. Okay. And what does that tell them? That Rob continued to build. And they understand, if I taught them right, the numbers. They understand what I'm doing. When I tell them that, without almost asking any more questions, they get it. They're like, oh, you know what? He scheduled 8 after the holiday. That means he contacted him during December. That means that he's being active. That means he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And I'm not doing that. What's the other thing? I can look him in the eye with honesty and integrity and say, I continued pursuing my dreams. Nobody signed up, or maybe one person signed up, maybe 2. But the thing is, I continued to do what I know I'm supposed to do. And guys, that speaks huge volumes. If you ever get to the point where you get up on stage, you can say, look, this is what I do during the holidays. If you ever get in a position of authority, in other words, and I mean where you're on stage and you're talking to a large number of people, guys, you've got to address the holiday season. You got to tell them what we're talking about right now. You got to talk about the importance of continuing on, but also to do it in a delicate manner. Miss Marie, as we're doing this, I remember the message that I used to use back in the day when I contact people. I say, look, I know it's the holidays. I'm the same thing. I love the holidays. I'm in the holiday mode, but you struck me as a sharp individual. I wanted to contact you and see if we can get together after the year. And then I would go into my music to the earth message. because I knew that the chances, I would preface the whole conversation with, I'm busy too. What am I doing? I'm empathizing with them. I understand. I'm putting myself in their shoes. I understand what they're going through. And I tell them, I say, you know what? I'm crunched for time. I got enough stress in my life, but I am building a business. I've done very well. And you're a sharp individual. And I just wanted to touch base with you. I wanted to see if you, after the new year, if you're willing to get together on, let's say, January 3rd at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I'd like to talk to you about my business. Okay. And of course, I let them know it's network marketing. I'm paraphrasing here for the sake of timeliness. But the point is, that's the way I would do it, because sometimes some people would say, well, no, I've got time to listen now. And that was fine. And I would deliver my message because they wanted to find out now. They weren't ready to make a decision, but they wanted to know what I was talking about. So I delivered my music to the ears message. Okay. Because that's all I wanted, was an opening for me to deliver that message, whether it was right then or January 3rd. So the guys, that's how I did it. I immediately put them at ease, because you don't want to come across as a salesperson. And that's exactly what you're going to do. Look, you can't use pressure techniques to make people make a decision. Okay. To even look at the business, because what are you doing? You're becoming a salesperson. What do salespeople do? They put pressure on people to make a decision. Okay. And I don't know about you, Miss Marie, when I go out looking at vehicles, which I do not buy new vehicles, but if I I rarely go to car lots. I buy from individuals. I take my cars to two people I trust, Stein Automotive and Rick of LRC, and have the car completely looked over. And if it's good to go, never been in a wreck, blah, 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 guess what? I'll buy it. But here's the thing. If I do go to a car lot, if a salesperson comes up to me and says, look, I'm just looking. Yes, I'm in the market for a car, but if you just give me room to look, if I find something I'm interested, I'll get with you and I may buy it. Well, I don't know. I'm upfront with it. Why? Because I understand that communication is key with people. That is why that eliminates so many controversies and problems in this world, Miss Marie. People would just talk. So I tell them right up front. And Miss Marie, is true. If they give me space to breathe, if I'm able to get in a car, feel it, look at it, if I'm interested, and then I say I want to take it for a test drive, then I'm halfway home. You know, because the test drives are going to affirm hey, yeah, this is the car I want or not. And if I like it, guess what? I'm going to buy it. And they didn't have to say a word. They just had to leave me alone. Right?
Yep, absolutely. It sells itself. Well, let me pose this interesting question to you, Rob. If I were to ask you, are you looking to work your business at 100% or 88%? Which would be your answer?
That's a trick question.
It might be.
I would have to say 88%.
You're working your business at 88%?
During this month, yeah.
During this month. Well, here's the point I wanted to make with those percentages is
wait a minute. You know I'm kidding, right?
I know you're kidding.
I need to clarify that for the audience. They don't know my sarcasm.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably clarify that for everybody else. Rob runs closer to 110%. So even saying 100% was selling him a little bit short. But here's the point I want to make. If you throttle back, if you take off during the holidays, you're essentially going to run your business at 88%.
That's right.
The time you give up between Thanksgiving and New Year's, really the holidays, is 6, almost 7 weeks of the year. Yeah. That's almost 12% of the year. Yeah. So if you're like most people, you want to give it 100%. You want to get the most out of it you possibly can. Again, an 88%, it's like, well, if you think about that from a grade standpoint, well, that's still a passing grade, right? It's like, yeah, it's passing. You can get by, but you're not going to attain the type of success we want to help you to achieve, that we're advocating for, that we're coaching you to achieve. We want you to be in that upper echelon of achievement in your network marketing business to get to your goals and dreams that you have of your financial income, your time freedom, that lifestyle that you're looking to achieve. So if you cut back and you throttle back that 12%, so you're running at 88% for the year, you're not going to get there. You're just shooting yourself in the foot.
You're absolutely right. Very well put. And I got to, sometimes I forget myself. My wife does that to me too. She'll say, you did not clarify. They don't know you well enough to know that you're kidding. And she's right. And here I am talking about communication. So I figured the people that listen to us all the time caught on to the fact that I was being sarcastic, but I had to jump in there real quick because it dawned on me, oh crap, I might.
Well, I wasn't going to let it go. Don't worry. I got your back.
I figured you wouldn't. I figured you'd come up and say, well, you guys realize Rob's being silly here. He's being sarcastic. Guys, she's absolutely right. She nailed it. And yeah, the thing is that you have to realize the most important thing here is everything you do is going to be duplicated, especially during this trying time of Thanksgiving and New Year's. What you do, what you say, what she talked about, everything's going to be duplicated. So if you go 100%, I'm going to tell you it has a filtering down effect. Your other top leaders that are self-motivated, they're really focused, they're used to operating at a high level, they may also do 110%, 120%, whatever. But your other people are automatically going to filter down. Remember, we talked about people on the scale of ambition. If you sponsor a 9 is going to sponsor an 8. Typically, a 9 is going to sponsor another 9. People rarely go above their comfort level. In other words, Rob would not go to Michael Jordan and try to sponsor him into his company. I'm not afraid of Michael Jordan, but I understand. I mean, he's above my lifestyle limit. Okay, I don't value him as a human being any more than I do other human beings. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm looking at is a lifestyle. His lifestyle is far beyond what I could do. So why would I prospect him, right? But I wouldn't shy away because he's Michael Jordan. Well, there are people that do. They're intimidated by someone's position in a company, their financial status, their community status, whatever the case may be. If anybody knows me, they know that has never been an issue with me. But the thing is that you have a situation where a 9 is going to either sponsor other 9s. They rarely go to a 10. Okay, like if I'm a 9, well, I'm flattering myself, but let's say I'm a 9, and I consider Michael Jordan a 10, I wouldn't sponsor him. I wouldn't reach up because there again, he has a stratosphere of lifestyle that even this could not provide to him at this point, right? So what I do, I either sponsor laterally other 9s that I feel are 9s, or I sponsor down. But what do you think happens when you are doing 100%? And your downline, who to your face or on a conference call say, oh, yeah, 100%. And they're actually doing 88%, as she said. And they're doing 75%. Okay. Look, there's going to be a filtering down process. That's one of the reasons why it's so important that we address this issue so that you understand, once again, the numbers in network marketing. These numbers are more human-based than they are network marketing, but humans are part of network marketing. So the numbers apply, okay? And you're going to have that filtering down process. If somebody comes to you at the end of the year, or let's say the 3rd or 4th week of January and say, Rob, my business, I was active during that because I know you are, and I was active, and my business is really struggling to maintain what it did before. What does that tell me? That they really didn't do. They might have contacted 1 or 2 people. To them, that was 100% in their mind, or they're trying to justify. Did they really work the numbers? Well, if he tells me that their business has slowed down in the 3rd or 4th week and they're concerned, what does that tell me? You can't hide the fact you didn't work the numbers, okay? Because the numbers are starting to speak, okay? And I say, let's look at your back office. I'm kind of busy. I really don't have time for that. What does it tell me? They don't want me to see what they didn't do. Okay. So the thing is that it's not that you being active is not to put your downline, I'm sorry guys, on alert. It's not to make them feel bad for what they didn't do. It's their business. If they choose to scale back, that's their prerogative. But here's the thing, they'll learn from that moment. Once again, love them, support them, and lift them up. Put your hand under their feet and lift them up, even when they make mistakes. If they did 2, at least they did something. Okay. They might not have done 10, but at least they did something. But the thing is that you want to lift them up and you say, well, hey, it's obvious you didn't work the numbers like you should have during December. In the future, I'll help you try and get this back on track. If we do get it back on track, because, this is going to scare the crap out of Miss Marie. They'll probably do 150%. Afraid they're going to lose their business. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell them, say, look, this coming December of 2021, you can't just do 2 people. You got from Thanksgiving on, you got to contact people, and here's the message you want to use. Okay. And they'll learn their lesson on their own, if that makes sense. You can't beat them over the head, guys. You're going to push them away. You're going to piss them off even more, stress them out even more. And then guess what? Chances are they're just going to fade away.
Yeah, and here's another aspect to consider too, is keep in mind, and we've had an episode where we've talked about building your business internationally. There's an international aspect to take into consideration here as well.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is a huge holiday here in the United States. It's a weekend when people are spending with family. It's going to be hard to get with people. They're really not going to make a decision that weekend. Well, I would focus my efforts internationally. Other countries don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I mean, Canada might fall in with the US a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we're talking Latin America, Europe, Asia, those places, they have no concept. It's just another day of business as usual.
Right.
There are other countries that don't put as much of an emphasis on Christmas.
Yep.
They don't have the commercialism that we do here in the US. People are like starting from Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, right? Everybody's about shopping for Christmas in the US. You don't have that level of consumerism in a lot of other countries. It's more about the family gathering for the holiday, and maybe the week of Christmas is a little bit tighter worldwide. But leading up to that point in time where you're going to have less responsiveness in the United States, you may find that you've got business as usual happening in Europe, Latin America, Asia. So focus on those areas as well. It's a great opportunity to kind of average out your business and build that worldwide business so you have money coming in around the clock, because there are people up and working on the other side of the world while you're sleeping. And there's nothing better than looking at that back office in the morning and seeing a bunch of business that came in while you were asleep.
Yes. And I will say this, Miss Marie, you nailed on, or you brought up something that's very important. Guys, there's people from all across the world here. And you're going to sponsor people that are in countries, as she stated, where even their holidays, even if they celebrate Christmas, I would think that Christmas is universally on the same day across the world if they celebrate it. Okay. But also I know the Asian countries, they work all the time. Okay. Just because it's a holidays doesn't mean that they will settle down. If you sponsor somebody in an Asian country that's a real go-getter, they'll work their tail ends off even during the holidays, because to be honest with you, most Asian countries are about work. They are not afraid of hard work. They'll laugh at other people in the world because of their lack of work ethic, okay? And so that you got to realize that you'll end up sponsoring people just by you being consistent, by doing the 5 simple steps. You never know. And sometimes I catch myself, I can't speak for Marie, that I catch myself talking in relation to just the United States or North America. I forget about the other parts of the world. And that's the power of staying consistent from Thanksgiving to New Year's, because you will, as she just stated, sponsor someone that will be from a different country, contact family members in that country, and off they go. Okay. I'm telling you, history has shown that you can build this business during the holiday season. There's no doubt about that. If you're going to be focused, and I'm glad we kind of focus on the United States, Miss Marie, because these challenges we're talking about are real. And it'll help give people an insight of the challenges that you're going to face trying to do it just in the U.S. And as she stated, there's a lot of Canadians and plus transplanted Americans that live in Canada that still celebrate the holidays the way they do here in the United States. Okay. And I know Canada, and I love Canada, and I actually love Mexico. I'm just scared of Mexico. But the thing is that they have their own holidays, and I'm not really sure how their work ethic is, or whether they slow down. I don't know. I would venture to say they share a lot of similarities to our country. I've had friends that live in Canada. I still have friends that live in Canada. And to be honest with you, I never asked those questions, but I know, Miss Marie, that they were active when I was around them in that country. I think I had some Canadians, and I'm pretty sure I did, in my downline, but they were so far down that I never really dealt with them. So I really can't speak with, certainty that what their holidays were and how they approached them. But I do know that I think his name was Ian. He had a huge business and had a lot of Canadians. Of course, he lived in Canada. But anyway, the thing is, he did never stop. He kept building. So with that being said, guys, you have to, as we talk about all the time, just stick with the basics. Just be consistent. Do CCBBA. Don't slow down just because of holidays. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve, especially on an international level. And remember, if you contact somebody in the United States, start out by saying, hey, I know this is a really busy time. I'm busy myself. I know this can be stressful times. I get stressed out too, but hey, you're a sharp individual. I wanted to contact you because, okay? And tell them why you're contacting them. And if they say, well, yeah, if you don't mind, let's schedule, January 3rd, as I said before. Or they'll say, well, tell me a little bit more. That's when you go into the music to the ears message. I'm a professional business builder, blah, blah, blah. This is what I do. Deliver that 1.5-minute message, okay? And you never know where it's going to go. That's all you got to do, all right? But the thing is, you want to go out this year on as positive a note as you can. And you should feel good about yourself if you did the 5 simple steps. You were consistent in doing that. You reached out to people. You set up appointments. Even though nobody joined, don't beat yourself up because that's not the point at this time of year, especially if you're in North America. Your point is to stay consistent, do what you're supposed to do. On the inside, you did what you're supposed to do. Let the chips fall where they may. Love them and leave them and set up appointments. That is the most positive way you can leave this year. Hopefully somebody signs up. Now, Miss Marie, I want to say this as we get ready to close this out. Look, guys, if somebody signs up, there more times than not, and this happened to me quite a bit. Miss Marie, you can chime in if it did to you as well and give your insight. People did join, and here's what they said. I'm going to be traveling during the holidays, and I'm not going to be around. I can't work this until next year. Boy, I mean, that's tough because we know the importance of getting started right away within the first 24 to 48, no later than 48 hours. If you don't know that, it's imperative. The people that get started on their business building activity within 24 hours have a greater success rate than the people that don't. Okay. If they get beyond 48 hours, chances are you may lose them. The chances are great you may lose them. Okay. And when I mean getting them started, it doesn't mean just training them. It means training them and working with them. All right, let's do 3 ways. All right, let's go. Whatever they're willing to work with you on, you got to get them started. Okay. And the thing is that, and Miss Marie, I guess we ought to do a show on that sometimes. People say, well, what do you mean by getting started? If they say, you train them and you say, hey, let's get started. Because, we can do 3 ways. We can do conference calls. We got to be there for them when they say that. If they say, hey, what do I do? What do I do next? Well, hey, do you have people? Have you been in the industry before? If so, do you have people? Of course, we all know about the list, but you get my point. What we want to do is try and get people on conference calls, whether it's telephone, on video conference calls right away. We want to schedule those things as quick as possible so that they can see how it's done. And Miss Marie, typically 5 times is enough for a person, especially if you're recording those video calls, or even if you may do any kind of training call, whether it's on the phone or video, guys, record it. Why? Because it's training material for your new people. You can say, okay, now you got a template. Just watch this over and over and take the message that you hear in that and master it. And you're on your way. So I guess we could do an episode on that in the future. But the point is, guys, you want to make sure that you get those people started right away. Well, during the holidays, guess what? People are traveling. People say, well, I don't have time right now. It's going to have to wait until after the new year. Well, Rob, what do you do? Guys, you signed them up. Do not train them. Do not train them. Do not. Okay? Because if you do, the 48-hour clock starts. Okay? And all you can do is follow up with them after the new year, call that number, leave a message if they don't answer. If they do answer, say, hey, we need to get your training started. If they say, well, hey, I'm at work, I can't do it, let's do it tonight, whatever. It's a crapshoot, but you have to follow up. You have to go through the process. We'll do an episode on that in the future in regards to how to get that training started after the holidays. But the thing is, you cannot force them to start the training. And if you start that training, that 48-hour clock starts, and I'm telling you, you're going to lose them. If they say, I don't have time, accept it, schedule a date after the new year, stick to it, tell them you're going to be calling them. And don't be firm with them. Just say, hey, I'll be calling you as you requested. I got a full schedule that day. So when I call, please try to be there. I know it's hectic during this time, and just reiterate to them the importance of being there and answering the call. And that's all you can do. You still work the numbers, right, Miss Marie?
Well, absolutely. And one of the things I was going to say is when I got into those situations in the holidays, and they'd say, "Well, I'll sign up now, but I'm not really ready to start until the beginning of the year." I'd be like, "Great. I've got a training scheduled for January 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern or January 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern. Which one do you want to be part of?"
That's right.
And I would actually group people together. It was a much more effective use of my time to do that. It got them to commit. You follow up a day or two before with a reminder that, hey, I expect you to be on this training at this time, this date. Here's the link or conference call number, whatever it was. And leverage your time that way, because you will have people say that, and you will have multiple people say that.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's a great episode too. What you just said, how you scheduled, and you can ramrod that. Obviously, you don't need my permission, but the point is, doing a group training like that. I always talk one-on-one, individual. You know what that is, Miss Marie? It's my old training coming through. We had pretty much one-on-one training, and it's just automatically kick into that, assuming that's way. But that is a great point. She's right. You want to do as many people as possible, and you want to do it where maybe you do a half hour, 40-minute training, whatever Miss Marie did, and then it'll open it up for Q&A, for the next 40 minutes, whatever. She'll reveal what she did, obviously, on that episode. But the thing is that would be a great training video for us to make for you guys. So, Miss Marie, you have anything else to add? I think we really covered everything we need to in this episode about going out this year in a positive manner and the importance of remaining consistent during the holiday season across the globe. I want to throw that in there so I don't make that mistake again.
Well, I guess the only other thing I'd toss in there again is at the international level, especially if you find yourself focusing on a particular country because you're looking to break into a business there, or you like that country. I mean, in the past, it's like, I like a country, I'd like to travel there. I'm going to try and build a business there, because guess what? That helps with some expense situations.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, I would be sure to understand what the holidays look like in that country.
Yeah.
And if they have any big holidays they celebrate that we don't necessarily here in the US, because they absolutely do. For instance, I know Rob has talked about working in Israel on some of our previous episodes. Well, obviously Hanukkah is a big time in Israel, and you want to be careful about, quote unquote, interrupting during those holidays as well, because that can be bad business. You can rub people the wrong way by contacting them on a big holiday, trying to do business when they're spending time with their family. So that's just one thing I would caution you about. And again, with technology today, it's so much easier. It's called GTS. Google that stuff.
That's true. And I want to tell you, if you, the nation of Israel does not take kindly to you not understanding their traditions and their holidays. They don't care that you don't know. And she just said, GTS it, because you will rub them the wrong way and you will not get back into their good graces. They are very strong-willed people. So with that being said, Miss Marie, I forgot to tell people about our wonderful products and stuff. I've got to make a step-by-step guide for the show. I get so wrapped up in our show, I forget to talk about the things that are important.
Well, I didn't forget. I was getting ready to say, and speaking of the holidays and Black Friday.
I know it. Isn't that the truth? Well, real quick, hold on a second here. Because the one thing I want to do is we need to get off of here and not drag this out. But the thing is that tomorrow, I want to make sure that you guys understand what's coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be, let's see here. Tomorrow's subject, there it is, in the ticker, how to work with porcupines. We're not going to tell you what that is. You need to join us to find out what it is. If you don't know what a porcupine is, in the network marketing industry, you're going to find out. A porcupine, we told you what a PITA was, a PITA, okay? And if you didn't know what a PETA is, go back and watch that episode. It's in the title. Well, that being said, how to work with porcupines. You're going to learn that. That's a term that, well, porcupine is prickly. Well, tomorrow's subject will be prickly too. So I'm having a voice issue today. You can tell, getting a little bit of hoarse and blah, blah, blah. Not a good sign. All right. As we talk about all the time, here's our free gifts on our main website, TheMLM-solution.net. Free gifts. Each one of these free gifts comes with one video, one audio, and the ebook. Guys, you cannot get this information anyplace else. This is powerful information. Where else are you going to learn about the 4 critical mistakes most networkers make that undermine the very success they're trying to put into place? If you don't know what those 4 critical mistakes are, you need to go there, download that. It's a quick read. It's an easy read. And guess what? The videos and the audios supplement and take your learning to an even higher level above the ebook. We keep the ebook short and sweet and to the point so that you are not spending days trying to learn something that's complicated. It's simple, easy to read. Same thing with 5 simple steps to success. You're not going to learn that anyplace else, all based on the basic fundamental principles of the business building process. The 5 simple steps to networking success. If you don't know what they are, you're going to learn them in this book, and you're going to learn the importance of them, and it's going to open your eyes. There's no doubt about it. You combine that with the 4 critical mistakes, you have an unbeatable combination of information you are not going to get anyplace else that can empower you to do great things with this wonderful business model. Additionally, which brings this wonderful package to epic conclusion, and that is the Zero to Networking Hero. It talks about the network marketing industry, and of course, it talks about the steps that are necessary to be successful in this industry. It's a wonderful 3-step package, and you do not want to miss each and every one of those. Go there, download them now before Miss Marie forces me to charge you for them. Additionally, we have Black Friday. If you don't know, by now, everybody has an extended Black Friday, and we do too, until the end of the year. You can go to TheMLM-solution.net/Super Friday. That is TheMLM-solution.net Super Friday. You can get the Super Pack business building system. This system is targeted towards new people looking at the industry for the first time, targeted towards people that are in the industry but struggling, and also targeted towards people that are retreads, people that have been in the network marketing business, got out of the business, and came back because of the wonderful intrigue and the possibilities it offers people across the globe. So if you fall in those categories, this package is for you. It encompasses everything you need to know to make this business go for you in a major way. Okay. The only thing this package is missing is all the wonderful training videos, audios, and the advanced techniques. Because in the members area, we have the 4 phases of the business building process. This does not include that. If you like what you see here, and guess what? There's all kinds of bonuses that come with this Super Pack package. You will get a huge discount on our members area if you say, hey, this is great information in the Super Pack, but I need more. And guess what? You have in this package bonuses that will give you a great, deep, one-time discount, lifetime membership in the members area you will not get anyplace else. So it is a power pack offer during our Black Friday sale. I encourage you to go there and take advantage. It is a limited time. Once you go there, you have a limited time to take advantage of that offer. All right, Miss Marie, I think I did a good enough job explaining what's out there. And with that being said, tomorrow's subject, as I said, is going to be working with porcupines. You do not want to miss that. How to work with those porcupines, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Right, Miss Marie?
Yep, we'll be making a lot of very important and valid points talking about the porcupines, so don't miss that.
And as always, give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear and you think it's going to help you. And also, if you will, please share and comment on our various social media platforms. And I want to say, Miss Marie, our numbers continue to impress me. I keep waiting for a slide, but it is not happening. We are continuing to grow at a steady pace, and I'm very, very grateful and humble. Thank all of you for that. All right, Miss Marie, with that being said, I will see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. You guys have a great day. God bless, and we'll talk to you later. Oh, wait a minute. Here, I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Well, you think by now I know what in the hell
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.